Hey guys, it's Tracy here with another video for you. Today I would like to go back to one video that I released a couple of months ago, and it was regarding my iPhone XR, which is my new iPhone, obviously. And in that video, I was talking about the fact that my iPhone XR can play 1080p videos. So obviously, I don't understand so much about resolution. So in that case, I asked you guys to let me know in the comments below why I was able to play 1080p videos. And fortunately, I got a lot of very nice comments actually educating me in the sense of a resolution, how it works. So I still obviously can play 1080p videos, but there is a catch, and those are the things that we're going to talk about today. So I would like to use the comments that people left on my channel on that video especially, and they were very educational, and I would like to share them with you. So if you are also having the same doubt as I did when playing 1080p videos on your iPhone XR, so this is the explanation of most of the viewers, and I believe they understand a little better than I do. So let's share those comments with you. And the first comment that I got on that video was like this. This is coming from the Meningo Haste. Those names are really complicated. And this person is saying, because it's not a standard resolution and it's higher than 720p, but you still don't get to see 1080p quality on your screen because your device just doesn't have the pixels necessary. Okay, that makes a little bit of sense because this phone is not 720 but 828p, which makes a little bit of sense. So it allows me to open a 1080p video, but apparently, according to the comments, YouTube will downgrade the resolution between 1080p and 828, which is still a little bit confusing. But anyway, let's see other comments on the video. Warrior Jukes is saying, yep, it's higher than 720p because it's 828p, but your 1080p video is downscaled to 828. Oh my god, it's so confusing, these things. Well, thank you. I think that's exactly what we mentioned before. Somebody said, somebody was very straightforward. This person standing still said, resolution downscaling, look it up. Well, thank you for being so straightforward. Jay Sharp is actually saying this. Thank you for this. It goes to show how people get so caught up in resolution when it goes to show that resolution on a phone screen isn't that big of a deal. Sure, you will notice a difference when comparing phones, but even 720p is still great to view on screens no larger than mostly 6 inches. So the people who are complaining are just as similar to the ones who think they need the latest 4K television, as if all of a sudden watching television on the 1080p TV is worthless. It's funny. You know what, Jay? You've got a very good point, because I still watch videos on 1080p, and I don't feel that urge to watch a 4K. Even my Apple TV, for instance, is the 1080p generation. I didn't even bother to upgrade to the 4K resolution. First of all, because I don't really feel the need to watch a 4K movies. Actually, I like the fact that the screen of 1080p is not as clear as 4K, because when the image is crystal clear, it's way too clear, it takes a little bit of the natural look that you're watching, and it makes it look almost artificial. I think crystal clear image works very well in movie theaters, you know, because you have that huge screen, so the clearer you see, the better. But when it comes to very small screen, I don't think 4K is such a needful thing. Not for me, it isn't. So good point, Jay. I agree with you. So we have another comment from Debojet911. This person says, hello, beautiful lady. I can explain that. Well, thank you so much for the beautiful lady. 1080p, 720p is something the chip decides and not the display. And in case of iPhone XR, it supports the same chip the iPhone XS and XS Max does. Okay. For example, if you connect the 2K panel with Snapdragon 435, oh, you lost me there, and Snapdragon 626, only Snap 636 will work to play 2K video, and Snap 436 does not work. But if you connect full HD panel, both chip will work and play 1080p videos. Okay, I think I explained in the beginning of the video that I'm not too savvy when it comes to technical specifications, so you really lost me there. But anyway, I think what you're trying to say is that my phone is actually downgrading the quality to A28 because it does not support 1080p. So that's the reason iPhone XR can also record 4K videos shown in website of Apple. That is true. Can also play on your HD screen, but you cannot appreciate those colors because your 720p display cannot show you those colors. But if you watch that same iPhone XR 4K video recorded in your iPhone XR, which your iPhone XR actually supports, in your 4K TV, you can appreciate those colors of 4K. You know what? You lost me in the beginning, but now it really makes a lot of sense. Well, thank you so much, Budget911, for this amazing comment. The next one is coming from Zakius Magat 3. I knew about the setting and the ability to change the quality, but when I change it to 1080p, it buffers about a minute or two into the video unless I'm connected to Wi-Fi or the video is already in 1080p. It could have something to do with your internet connection. When I tried on my phone, I was actually using Wi-Fi, so yeah, that makes sense. Gio Galvez is saying, well, you're asking a question that a lot of people will have a hard time answering. Oh, okay. Basically, the 1080p option on iPhone XR won't give you real 1080p. It's actually A28. But if you had a Galaxy phone with a 1080p display, your video still won't be real 1080p. What? They will be 800p-ish. That's because OLED displays aren't really the resolution they claim to be in the tech specs. The LCD displays, however, are really the resolution they claim to be in the specs, in the tech specs. So, a 1080p OLED pentile matrix display with YouTube set, oh gosh, this is really driving me nuts. A 1080p OLED display with YouTube set to 1080p still won't give you true 1080p. An 828 LCD with YouTube set to 1080p won't give you 1080p either. An OLED with a 2K display that is playing a 1080p YouTube video will be showing you real 1080p. In a 1080p LCD display, playing a 1080p video will also give you real 1080p. It's very complicated stuff, but iPhone XR does have a really nice HD display that is of Retina standards. So nobody has to worry about it being of bad resolution or whether it plays 1080p or not. It's Retina. It's fine. Well, as you guys could notice, there's a lot of discussion around the display of the iPhone XR. The bottom line is that since I bought this phone and I got this in, I think it was in the beginning of November, I still repeat the same thing I said in the beginning. When I look at the display of this phone, I cannot see any difference. Maybe because I am not that tech savvy, maybe because my eyes are not so picky when it comes to resolution. I also mentioned that people who are really neat pickers, when it comes to resolution, they will probably see it right away. I also do not have any experience with OLED displays. I never had an OLED display, a telephone, so I'm not used to what it looks like. I've seen it in the store, and I have to say that putting them side by side, I couldn't actually see any difference. So I think think that the problem with the iPhone XR resolution only affects those who are really into resolution, because the average consumer will not notice any difference. So guys, this was my video update for the iPhone XR resolution screen, a discussion. I hope this was helpful. If you guys still have any comments to add, please drop them down in the comments below. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you tomorrow. Have a fabulous day.